First of all, who gave you permission to put the camera that close to your face? Because, man, that is a close-up. That's a real close-up.
I don't really know, except I can hear myself in my head again.
Oh, can you? I don't.
And it's about a 7-second delay.
7 sexes?
What?
It's hard.
7 sexist delays.
It's really difficult.
Yes.
Listen, anybody who has not done this and not tried to talk while you have your own voice in your head that's delayed in any way, if you've never tried doing that, you don't understand how hard it is to do that. It is near impossible to talk when you're hearing yourself on a delay.
Man!
It's crazy. Can you fix this thing, or what do we got happening here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting it. You know, it's a multitude of things. It was the YouTube volume wasn't off, so I had to kill that. That was the 7-second delay. But the other immediate repeat was I didn't have the headphones turned off from the loop back from our software program. Bottom line, it's almost like we haven't done this for a month, and I forgot everything that I have to do to set this stuff up.
This is the problem. Britt reinvents the wheel every time we do this.
And now I can't hear you.
And now he can't hear me. This is crazy. This is insane.
I can hear you through the iPad in the back.
That's
but
not
I can't
helpful.
hear you through here.
That's not helpful. While you're
in the hell?
While you're trying to figure that out. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Baroness. Good to see you. Hey, Angie. Happy New Year to everyone who's tuning in. Jeannie. Nasty. Who else is here? Can I tell you one? The other day I was doing something with the tree my husband made, and I swore I saw something. Okay. Rubbing your stomach and patting your head 100 times harder. You're absolutely right. That's exactly the way it feels when you're trying to do that. Have you fixed it?
Can you hear me?
I'm just vamping. Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, let me see if I can hear myself. Can I hear myself? I think we're good.
Are we? Okay.
I can no longer hear the voice inside my head.
Well, that can be good. That can be bad, depending on where it went. All right. So listen, a couple things we need to do. First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. What is today? The 2nd of January. We are fresh on the heels of the entry into 2024. Britt, I can't even believe I'm uttering the words 2024 or the numbers 2024. It's crazy to me that we are this far progressed into the future, because it was always the future for me.
Well, the fact that we're still here is amazing. We didn't burn the planet up. The polar ice caps didn't melt. We didn't freeze over. We're all still breathing. We're all still... So, I think we can probably get another 500 years out of this run as humanity.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right. Hey, Disbelief Paranormal. Yeah, the problems are, it's just par for the course. Hi, Mary Grace. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. One of our most ardent workhorse supporters.
Yes.
Mary Grace jumps into the subscriber
does.
section of our Facebook page, listens to the audio, makes notes, watches the videos, makes notes, and makes our job a lot easier when it comes time to review some of this stuff.
Yes, thank you so much, Mary Grace. We need to make some kind of a special Mary Grace T-shirt.
Yeah, we do. That's a great idea. We need Find the Frequency. The quote from Major Mandy. Find the Frequency, and then we need something for Mary Grace too. Yeah. Hey, Fran.
I did make a Find the Frequency. I just can't get into the Teespring shit to load it up.
And you know what? You don't ever remind me unless I'm sitting here where I don't have any of my passwords, and I do it old school. I have a notebook with all my passwords written down in them, just because I don't know why I do it old school. Because I'm old, I guess. That's why I do it old school. I'm old school.
Well, I mean, at least you're one step removed from old school, where they would write it on a piece of paper and then tape it to their ink to their desktop blotter on the bottom.
Yeah.
So the thieves always knew where to. Let's look underneath the lamp. Look underneath the blotter. There they all are.
Yeah. So a lot of people are asking, and actually Jeannie's offering some insight and advice, because the title of this video was intended to attract attention, but it's also intended to let people know that it's kind of serious here. So we did what has to be one of our best investigations ever when it comes to the amount of activity we recorded, experienced, saw, heard, all of that. And that was at the URA Shrine in Bristol, Tennessee. Rick, the gatekeeper, was a great host, very gracious, very welcoming, and the place was a phenomenal place with a lot of paranormal stuff going on that we caught. I don't know how other teams have experienced, and I know Mandy, when she from Ghost Sisters, she was with us. She said that when she had been there previously, she had a lot of activity as well. So maybe it's Mandy. I don't know. Again, I don't know what other teams experience when they go there. But
What,
regardless,
Mandy followed me home?
well, I think you'd know because you'd be hearing, find the frequency, find the frequency. You'd be hearing that as she followed you home. But the point is that we had a lot of experiences there, and I just don't know if that's par for the course, but it really was pretty marked for us. So Britt did a couple of things at the shrine that I didn't do. He underwent a protection ritual that I was uncomfortable with personally before we opened the witch's box, and that involved the gatekeeper, Rick. Maybe you can tell us what you can about that, because it was something we couldn't film.
Basically, it was a ritual that he did. He cited some words that I didn't understand because it was a foreign language. I think it was Japanese. I could be wrong though. I had to bathe in some holy water. I had to get down to my skivvies. It was this whole thing. Some fire. Then he put fire. No, I'm just kidding about all that. He said a prayer. We shook hands in a certain way, which it's like a secret handshake, I guess. I can't say. And I acknowledged that I'm here for good reason, and I don't have ulterior motives, something to that effect. And then he gave me that green thing that I wore, and that signified that I was, to the spirits, that I was here on good intention.
And what I learned after the fact, and Britt doesn't know this, is he's actually now secretly married to Rick, the gatekeeper. He didn't realize that was what that ceremony was.
Yeah. But my question is, do I get half his shit if he leaves me?
Oh, interesting. Did you sign a prenup? Did you sign anything? Did you sign a prenup?
Yeah, we all signed something when we walked into that property.
It's true. We did.
Oh my God. But in all seriousness, we've been to a lot of places, and I've been trying to eliminate places of stuff that's happening that I'm experiencing at home. That's,
okay.
The house I grew up, the house. Go. You want to spit this out?
No, I know. I just wanted I wanted to finish my thought on the summing up the investigation that we did. So Britt went through the ritual. Had the protection ritual done. He had the sash, I guess it was, that he wore during the time when we opened up the witch's box. Rick also gave us all a little medallion, a pendant that we all wore. That didn't come with a ritual of any kind. It was just a hanging around your neck kind of thing. We all had that on. So also in the course of the night or the weekend while we were there, Britt had a couple other things given to him, I guess. You had asked for, because Rick had the dirt, right? Dirt from a grave.
Wasn't it dirt from a grave? It was dirt from the bottom of a freshly dug grave across the street that a younger woman was being buried in, and she died in a car accident. So there is a cemetery directly across the street from the shrine. And I don't know if this is public. Well, I guess it is, because his neighbors knows what he's doing. Anyway, apparently Rick goes and jumps in the bottom of the grave before the ceremony, and he'll get a little jar of the dirt from the bottom of the grave. It's a ritual he does, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to ask him next time we go back what that's all about. Maybe we'll go do it with him. Anyway, so when he told me that he was doing that, I said, I want some of that, because I just thought it was kind of cool to have in a jar to put in my collectible stuff. And then, so he got me some, which was awesome. So I have that I brought home. There is the protection Shaw, I guess, for lack of better words, that I have. The medallion that I had. And then from the haunted forest where all the bamboo shoots were, where they have all that crazy activity, and they do a lot of the witches, not seances, but the spells, I guess, and the rituals, and out of that tree, that old oak tree that's out there, that old tree that's out there. He gave us some bamboo shoots from that, which were made into these little carriers. These like cantinas. You just put stuff in, you can carry when you're hiking. Apparently in Japan, that's what they do. The samurais, they would use it to either hold water or their information or food, and then that's what they would go and traverse the countryside with. So I have all that stuff. So with the stuff that I've been experiencing, which I'll talk about in a minute, and then JV and I, this elimination of a process of elimination of all the places we've been. Really, the shrine is the only thing I came home with stuff from.
Right.
Everything else, we just came home with the stuff we went with.
And none of
the shrine, I had gifts.
And none of this odd stuff that's been going on around your house, your garage, and stuff started happening until after the shrine. We had done other investigations prior to that, and this all started to occur. We were there in what, October, right? I think it was. Yeah, it was October. And you started mentioning
beginning of October.
Yeah, you started mentioning this stuff around Halloween time, and I thought, oh, that's what a Halloween joke, ha ha ha, that's funny. But it's been continuing, and again, the line of demarcation was when we came back from that the investigation.
Here's what's interesting about it: is the stuff that I'm experiencing is the stuff that I would experience in my ex-wife's house. And I lived where my kids are to this day, and it's haunted to this day. As a matter of fact, I'm having all kinds of activity the last couple months. Like there's a child that was murdered on the street. This is all true and documented. The father shotgunned his child and then blew his own head off. He was batshit crazy, obviously. And then the house that my kids live in, that I lived in for 7 years, and then there's 4 other houses on the street that kid had friends that they played at, and all 4 of those houses have the same kind of activity: children playing, toys playing, footsteps of kids running around, etc. And we've all talked to each other about it, like, oh, this is crazy. And the people that were in the house, God, my kids have been in that house for 20 years. Jesus, Holly's paid off that landlord's mortgage. Anyway, it's kind of the same stuff I'm having here. Shadows out of the corner of my eye. Like I'm out in the garage working like on a motor that's right there. There we go. With my lawnmower. I'm out here alone a lot, just working on my motors and put my lawnmower, my racing stuff together. And, we're out. This is where I'm, reviewing evidence from the ghost hunts. And so I do a lot of stuff out here. And it's like all of a sudden I will go to say, oh, honey, you're out. And there's nobody there. Like it feels like my girlfriend has walked up behind me, type of thing. Like somebody has walked up, and you just feel that presence, like someone's behind you, somebody's watching you.
Yeah, you absolutely feel that. Yeah, and nine times out of 10, you're right. There is actually somebody there, and you sense it. Absolutely.
Right. So, JV and I were talking about this the other day, and of course it's the holidays, and everybody's doing the holiday thing, so we haven't been really active online doing anything because we're all doing family stuff, and we get that. So we're just laying low, and enjoying family time and the holidays. But we were talking about it the other day, and I was like, maybe we should set this thing up on my workbench and put some equipment around it and see if we can turn the ink bottle. I mean, maybe we should investigate this object that has the grave dirt in it, that has the holy Shaw thing that had the protection ritual set over it.
Let's call it a sash, not a shaw. Because when you say shaw, I think of my grandmother and like a crocheted thing that she's put over her shoulders to keep her shoulders warm. And I know you're a wimp
when I think
it
of
comes
a sash, I think of Miss America.
Well, there's that.
It's like I'm Miss California.
You could be Miss California for all I know. You definitely could.
But so we're calling it a sash.
I don't know. Maybe Chad has a better name for it.
Actually, I see Mandy. I see Mandy's in the chat right now. Mandy, can you text? Or maybe Mandy knows. Mandy, what is that thing called? Do you know? Or can you text Rick and ask him? Tell him we're discussing it, trying to figure out what to call a shaw, a sash. I don't know what to call it. A holy wrap. Anyway. So I have the sash. I totally lost track of what the hell was I talking about.
You were talking about the things you were experiencing, things out of the corner of your eye. You feel like someone's walking up behind you.
Got it. Yes. Okay. How did I end up on talking about sash?
Because
and Shaws and grandmas and Miss America. What the hell did you do to me?
I don't know.
Looks like Mandy's going to text Rick and find out what we call this thing officially. So anyway, it's that kind of stuff. It's sounds at night. Now, granted, we have cats, but our cats have been acting goofy from time to time. Like, that's not normal for them. You know, they're normally not just freaking out for no reason. I mean, cats do that from time to time, but these cats don't necessarily do that, but they're doing that now for some reason. So I don't know. It just makes me wonder: does this concoction of stuff that I brought home from the shrine, did it open a door so that little child spirit is coming and visiting me? Because when I was at my ex-wife's house, when I lived there before we were exes, I mean, I'd be home alone and the kids, I was running and stuff. I mean, I have vivid memories of looking down the hallway because the way our bed was situated, I could look down the hallway where the kids' bedrooms were, but down this upstairs hallway, and I would, it's dark time, but you still have moonlight coming in and whatnot, a little night light here, a little bit of glimmering light here and there, and I would see like the shadow thing kind of moving about the hallway, and it's like, is that one of the kids up? And I would get up and go see what the kids are, and all the kids are asleep. There was one night, I remember this vividly, I heard like you can hear the pitter patter of the kids' foots running down the hallway, like they had a nightmare, and in the middle of the night they got scared, they're coming running, and they're about to do a bonsai dive onto the bed. So I heard the pattering of footsteps running towards our bedroom, and I look up and I see the shadow thing coming from the bed. I thought it was one of my kids. It's dark, I'm half asleep, and I reached down to grab him to pull him into bed, and I went right through it. And it was like, and then it whoosh, it disappeared. So it was that kind of stuff.
All right, so
it was nothing malicious, nothing mean. Just
let me just throw this up here. Okay, so a shawl is a piece of fabric worn by women over the shoulders or head or wrapped around a baby. That's option one. Option two, sash is a long strip or loop of cloth worn over one shoulder or around the waist, especially as part of uniform or official dress. Which do you think is more appropriate?
I like to consider myself a baby.
Shawl?
I'm wrapped in a shawl because I'm a baby.
Or sash? Or maybe it's none of them. Maybe it's neither.
I don't know. Well, we're going to find out because, Mandy's on the hunt with Rick. She's chasing him down right now.
She'll get it done. We know that. We know that she'll get
Mandy's
it done.
going to become a bounty hunter for ghosts.
So, again, just to kind of bring this back on track as we determine whether it's a shawl or a sash or something that we haven't come up with yet, a name that we haven't come up with yet. You have this stuff going on. In fact, at one point, Britt, you said to me when we were getting ready to do one of our streams, I think it was in November, I don't remember specifically, and you're like, the stupid cats are acting nuts in here. And I'm like, we're laughing about it. It was before we started to recognize a pattern of something happening.
Yeah, it was before I thought, because, something following me home across the country. Give me a break. But again, I brought something home.
Right.
From the place.
Right. You brought stuff. And then, so I'm going to show it here on the screen, and you can just describe what we're looking at here. And no, that is not from Adam and Eve, just so everybody's aware.
And I'm sitting right behind it. That's my air compressor right there. So that bamboo-looking thing right there is that's the bamboo shoot from the haunted forest. That cloth kind of wrapping spirally down, that's the sash. And then inside of that is the dirt from the bottom of the grave, of that freshly dug grave that Rick got when we were there. So, and then that little bear thing to the next of it, my youngest son, JT, who's 16 years old, made that in ceramics class. It's the first thing he's ever made with clay, and he gave it to me.
And is it there for a reason or just because you wanted to show it off?
It's standing guard over whatever's in that tube.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know what he made. It's a bear, and then it's got like the gun bullet, what is that called? A bandolier, where the bullets go across the chest in the holster. And then it's got a bullet holster, and then it's got a cowboy hat on, and then it's got like a bear face. And I don't know what I'm starting to wonder if my kid was on Quaaludes when he made this thing.
Is it a bear face or is it a horse?
I
was
going with bear.
We're gonna take a closer. oops, we're going to take a closer.
Oh, can you zoom in?
Yes, I can. I think.
I don't know. It's really cool. I love it. It's heavy, but I'm worried that he was, either drunk or it's like when God made the platypus. He just started throwing stuff together.
That looks a lot like that cartoon character Droopalong. Remember from Deputy Dog and Droopalong?
Oh, yeah. But that's way before his time. You have no idea what that is.
They play those all the time. I mean, they kind of... When was he born?
Thanks for putting me on the spot. Let's see. The 20-year-olds were 2003, so he was 2007.
Okay. So, I mean, they were playing, they play those things, reruns on Cartoon Network or whatever. I'm sure you spent some time watching that. I don't know if it's Droopalong or not, but that's what I immediately thought of when I got a close look there.
No, Nikki, I have not saged. I mean, not with sage. We've saged with other stuff, but...
Oh, so Rick is in our Facebook chat, YouTube chat. Rick is in the YouTube chat.
Oh.
So, Rick,
is he?
Rick, we were talking about... the ritual, the ceremony that Britt did with you as a form of protection before we opened the witch's box when we were doing the investigation there. During that process, you gave him something that went around his neck and draped down the front of his chest. We were trying to determine, and this is kind of small, kind of insignificant at this point. I feel funny that we dragged you into our chat to answer this question, but we're trying to determine what the name of that was. Is it a sash? Is it a shawl? Is it a ribbon? What do you call that piece of cloth that was hanging over around Britt's neck down, draped over the front of his chest, over his shoulders, that was used during the ritual, the ceremonial ritual that you did for protection for Britt? That was what the question was.
Yeah, and I was just hoping just for Manny to send a quick text. You go, oh, it's called this, but I'm glad you're here watching.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to figure out what the heck followed me home, and the only place I brought stuff home from in all of our investigations over the last year is your location. I brought that dirt home, and I hope it was okay that I said you got the dirt from the bottom of the grave. I don't remember you saying not to say that, but anyway. And then I got the haunted bamboo shoot from the haunted bamboo forest, and then we got the necklace, and we got Yo Gina, and then we got the and then what else did we get? It's called a wagasa. Wagasa.
It's called a wagasa. Okay, it's a Buddhist stole. It's a general one, stole, S-T-O-L-E. It's a general one. So it's a wagasa. Okay, I'm glad we asked then, because I never would have come up with that name.
I never would have come up with that.
And I remember now Rick using the word when we were there. I just did not remember it at this point without that reminder. Thank you for that, Rick. Thank you. And hi, Gina. Hey.
And thank you, Mandy, for getting the information for us via Rick. Anyway, so where are we at now? I'm so lost right now.
So
I took notes on the flow of the show and everything, and it's just gone.
No, it's okay. It never stays on track. We are so at this point we decided, Britt and I, and of course we were having these conversations, over the Christmas holiday and stuff, and we just knew it was just not the right time to do this live stream. So what we decided to do is to get that item with all the other items kind of wrapped into it, and just do a little bit of an investigation. Britt has some equipment there. I think you've got a REM pod, you've got a K2, you've got the, what's the device? Omnipod, right?
The Omnipod.
The Omnipod and the ink box. And we're just going to try some things and see if we can get any response in his garage, but most specifically right next to this device, this item, that is set out on a table behind him. So right next to the Droopalong statue or Droopalong idol, whatever that is. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So the idol. We're going to call it the idol. JT's thing, the idol. So real quick, Beth in which one is this? This is Facebook chat asked if I've ever brought anything home before. The problem is when I was on Ghost Hunters, I was living at the haunted house that already had stuff going on. So whether I brought something home or not, or it was the existing stuff that was there, I could never tell the difference. So I have no idea. I don't think I have. because quite honestly, the shrine is probably the only thing I ever brought home anything that would be considered of importance, spiritually or in a ritual. The grave dirt, the bamboo from the haunted forest, the stole, the wagasa, and then that necklace, the yin and yang necklace that Rick gave us that was blessed and whatnot. So, I almost said it again. Jesus. Whatnot. It was only a half of whatnot.
No, it was a full whatnot.
Only half.
No, it was a full. You got the whole thing out.
I think not. So that, because I think it's really tough for something to follow you home, to want to attach itself to you and follow you home. I think a lot of people that think stuff follows them home, they either already have activity there where they're at, or they're looking for attention. Look at me, I have this thing that's attached to me. I just find that if they could follow you home, why are they where they're at? And so they're where they're at because they want to be there, so they would stay there, or they're where they're at because they're stuck there, so they can't follow you. So, but if you take something home of the place, maybe a little bit of that energy goes with you. Or because I took some of this stuff home with me that signified to the other side that I'm cool with them, maybe they decided to show themselves. Maybe it's been here the whole time, and it decided to show up. What are you laughing at now?
Yeah, Mary Grace said it was a full whatnot, but you have the ability to say it in one syllable, which is really a unique ability. She's absolutely right. Mandy says that from her understanding of some of this, and again, we're all students of this. Nobody knows for sure, but her understanding is that the spirits may follow you, but then they can go back, or they do go back ultimately.
But what if they like it at my house better than where they came from? Will they stay?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
What do we want to what do we want to do first?
Well, do you have a 3-pack set up so we can watch this? Maybe I'll put a REM pod out and see what happens. Do we have any clips or anything to play from the shrine? I mean, just to go down memory lane of some of the stuff that happened there?
We
have anything set up for that?
We do. We don't have any from the night that we did. We have the clips. They aren't produced yet and ready to be played from the night that we did open the witch's box. We have some other clips here.
So, what if I put some stuff in front of it, and we kind of talk about the shrine and talk about some of this activity that we had, and see if this energy, that whatever's here, if it's via the shrine materials, activates the equipment. I'll put the cat ball out. I'll put a REM pod out, maybe a K2, and then we'll leave that up while we play the clips and kind of talk about, just reminisce about the craziness that is the shrine. I noticed someone, when it scrolled by already, but someone said, "Oh, the haunted forest. That was one place I couldn't bring myself to investigate." So there's somebody in our chat that's been there before and investigated, and they couldn't go out there and investigate. So, and that forest was pretty intense. Not to mention with the sound of the running water underneath, that was pretty crazy. But what do you think of that plan? Do you think I should put my headset down and go over and do that?
Yeah, I can throw a clip up here. I'm just trying to decide which one. I don't know, without having previewing these. I'm really not sure what's what. But I'll
just don't show the naked ones of me.
Yeah, no, believe me. Let me see here. I've got several that I will. I'll grab a couple here, and we'll just to remind folks of what we were doing, where we were doing it, what was going on. Just give me a second here. This is all live, so I'm trying to set this stuff up on the fly. And these are all mostly, anyway, sessions from the room that actually housed the witch's box. It was the witch's den, or stead. Witch's stead is what Rick called it. And it's where a room that was set up specifically for witches' covens to come in and practice their rituals. So here are a couple clips. I don't know how long these are, and I'll just play a few of them in succession if they're really short, just to remind everybody where we were and what we were doing at this URA Shrine investigation.
This sounds like Uncle Tim or Uncle Alan.
That's the witch's box right in the middle of the table. And in that particular clip, the Inkbox says, "I'm the only person here," in response to Mandy saying, "Sounds like it's Uncle Rick or Uncle Tim." And here's another clip, too.
Is it Sarah? Is your name Sarah? Is your name Sarah? So I've connected with a spirit here before named Sarah.
Still kind of fading.
So in that clip, Mandy's talking to whomever, and saying, "Is this Sarah? I feel like this is Sarah. I've connected with a person named Sarah before." And at the end of that, the Inkbox, we get a voice that says, "You're kind of fading," so, as though the communication between Mandy and the other side is somehow being interrupted or interfered with. Here's another clip from about the same time at the URA Shrine.
That's definitely not us. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. Dude, you walked in.
Start another church. Hello?
And there was a voice there. That was one of the clips that we were asking for help with because we weren't entirely sure what was being said there. So we have a lot of clips like that, and we have a whole bunch more coming from the second night of our investigation at the URA Shrine, because it's just taken a long time to get that produced. We did the investigation in October. We've had a lot of stuff going on since, but we are in the process of editing that stuff down. There's a lot to come from our actual opening of the Witches box itself. There's some pretty cool clips that we got of things happening, and we put recorders inside and all that. So that's all coming. All right, so here we go. So what do we have? We've got the relic in the middle of the screen there. Hang on, Britt, I've got you muted.
Relic.
There you go.
I love that you have, you call it the relic. I have a relic in my garage.
I didn't know what else to name it. The shrine bamboo stick. I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, so
Yeah, no, relic works for me.
so I noticed.
So we have the REM pod. Ooh, I should get a recorder. I should put a recorder next to it. So basically, right now I have the REM pod behind it. I have a couple cat balls. I put a cat ball on the head of the garter there. So there you go. So there's 3 cat balls and a REM pod, and I'm actually going to go grab I'm going to put a recorder on it right now because that's a damn good idea. Who said that? That was Ginny in YouTube. Said put a recorder next to it. That's a damn good idea. So because then we can review that on Thursday when we do that stream. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So Britt's grabbing a recorder, and we're watching. I've noticed a couple blips on the REM pod already. It seems to be quiet right now. I think what Britt needs to do is put that REM pod in front of. Just slide it over a little bit, maybe, so we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Nice.
You've got to be kidding me.
I don't know what that exclamation was about.
I just put fresh batteries in this, and now they're dead. Like, I think what was it? It was a week ago when we were. I was gonna do the truck investigation. Isn't this exciting? This is how you put batteries in a piece of equipment.
So while he's doing that, we're watching. Obviously, the REM pod is in front of the relic. There's a couple of cat balls placed around the table as well, in case there's any vibrations. They should pick up the cat balls should pick up the vibrations. Ginger, these are from the URA Shrine in Bristol, Tennessee. And if you're just joining us, I'll just give a quick summary of what we're doing here. Paranormal Reality TV, along with Ghost Sisters, did an investigation in URA Shrine in the beginning. I think it was like the second week of October. I don't remember exactly the dates. And during the process of the investigation, which we had phenomenal activity, we had caught some of the most amazing things that we've ever caught. And by the way, the edited first night of the investigation is available on our YouTube channel. It's also on the Facebook page if you look at our videos. The second night is forthcoming, the edited version. So the investigation was phenomenal. When we left, a couple of things the owner, Rick, the gatekeeper, gave us to take home as souvenirs. And Britt went a step further and took home a couple of things that he had received during a protection ritual that he underwent before we opened the witch's box. Since those things have been put into his home, some odd things have been happening, and we've gone through the process of some elimination to determine what we think may be causing these odd phenomena. And we've decided that we think it's coming from these URA Shrine items, which I have labeled as shrine relic. But that tube you're seeing in front of you is a bamboo, hollowed out, obviously because bamboo is hollow, tube that was taken from the bamboo forest right next to the shrine, part of the shrine property. And there's a sash, or I guess a stole is what we're calling it. That stole that's wrapped around it was the item that was draped over Britt's shoulders during the protection ceremony. What Britt is showing right now, is the medallion that we all received when we first got there. Is a kind of a good luck charm protection item. We all got those, and we're all wearing those during the investigation. And somewhere, Britt, is it inside the dirt from the freshly dug grave is inside this?
Yeah, I was trying to get this open, but it's too tight.
Yeah, okay. So it's all there. And we got some lights going off there now. I don't know if it's because Britt's moving around. Maybe it is. Yeah, he's close to the REM pod.
Wow. These are brand new cat balls, and the batteries are already dead.
That's odd. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Ginger. That's from. And Britt's been experiencing some weird things. Cats have been acting strangely when they're in the garage near this stuff. He's seen things out of the corner of his eye that he's not used to seeing. He's heard some things. At one point, he thought he heard like a voice coming from the garage.
We buy cat balls by the dozen.
Yeah. So we're just trying to, I guess, just do a little testing here to see if there's any energy coming off that our equipment can pick up.
All right. See what happens. Were you watching me?
Yeah. Yeah, we're watching.
Oh, I thought I was alone.
You are alone, but we're still watching you.
Oh, okay. All right. So there you go. Yeah, I tried to pull the cork to show you the dirt, but when I put the wire hanger on it, I crimped it down pretty good so it wouldn't fall apart.
So a couple things. Mandy is saying we should use the ink box, which we will. We will do that. First, we kind of want to establish a baseline here. Ginger's saying, since you have the audio recorder, maybe we should ask a few questions to see if A, it either triggers equipment, or B, we get some kind of EVP response that we can hear later. So, yeah, why don't you're there, Britt, so I guess it's better if you ask the questions.
Well, actually, the camera that is filming that, your voice is going over just a little bit, so you can also ask, and it'll be right there where the objects are at.
Okay. Why don't you start, though?
And also the other thing is, coming out of the human voice is one frequency range, coming out of a speaker is another frequency range. So we're actually covering a much wider footprint than normal. Hey, whoever's followed me home, there's a recorder on that table next to Deputy. What was that? Deputy Dog?
Droop-along.
Next to Droop-along there, there's a recorder that you can talk into. You can leave me a message. That'd be amazing. Or if you just want to activate some of that equipment, those cat balls, if you tap on them, they'll light up, or that REM pod, that silver pole sticking up. If you grab that, it'll light off. Did you come home with me from the shrine? Are you attached to the grave dirt?
Ooh,
The REM pod's starting to flash.
interesting. Is the shrine?
Are you from my... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Is the shrine now your home? Are you just visiting Britt, or do you not have a home?
If you chasters have questions, post them.
Is it a little girl? Who is near the devices? Are you a little girl? Nikki wants to know if you're a little girl.
If you're not a little girl, are you a woman? If you're a woman, make that red light flash on the REM pod again, or activate any of the other devices.
Britt, which chat are you watching? More than one, or are you watching one?
I have YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, there's a couple great comments in Facebook. Ginger wants us to ask if whatever is there to protect Britt. That's a great question. And Gina says she senses an older, where'd it go? An older woman with dark teeth.
Gina, you're not supposed to tell my secret.
You're an older woman.
I'm truly
with
an
dark
older
teeth.
woman. Let me take this mask off.
Yeah, right. Are you there to protect?
Are you here to?
I'm sorry, folks. Just so you know, there is a slight delay between our because he's on the West Coast, I'm on New York, he's in California. There's a little bit of a delay, so sometimes we'll talk over each other and apologize for that. Are you there to protect Britt? We did get an ink box hit and a corroborating hit on the, I think it was the Spirit Talker app that Chastity was using, saying, "I am the protector." Are you there as the protector?
That's right. You don't have that clip to play?
I might have it. You ask some questions. I'll look for it.
Beth is wanting me to ask, do you mean any harm to my family? So if you're not going to light anything up to say that you're the protector, do you mean me or my family harm? Yes, Nikki, it was a woman's grave. Well, nothing happened, although we haven't reviewed the audio. Until we review the audio, then we're not complete. White Noise in YouTube said, if you're a male, make one of the devices go off. If you're a female, stay silent. And no white noise, no app running yet. Ginger's asking, are you angry? Are you angry with anybody? Again, there's a recorder there. You can leave a message or you can light some of the equipment up. We like it when you light equipment up because that gives us immediate gratification. But if you don't want to do that, you can do the recorder.
So one of the things that I forgot to mention, Britt, you need to say hello to our good friends over at Foxhole Pilled because we are streaming there tonight.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, and we're happy to be back.
You didn't even tell me that.
I meant to, and I just with all the problems we had in the beginning, I forgot. But we're happy to be back as part of the Pilled Foxhole family. Astibal wants us to ask, are you lonely? Is that why you may have gone home with Britt? Are you lonely? I can hear your computer fan. It is screaming.
It's working pretty hard right now. Yes, Ashtabal, I only attract the lonelies. Now, Rick is in Facebook now. He jumped platforms, and he said that I went through a protection ritual here. That protection will follow you until you ask it to stop. So whomever said it to stop, got it jumped on me. So whomever said, is it there to protect you, could be spot on.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what Rick is saying here is that the ritual that you underwent at the URA Shrine before we opened the witch's box, whatever energy that is that was given to you to protect you at the shrine is still with you, and it could be causing some of these anomalies. Is that what I'm understanding?
Maybe. I mean, I don't. Number one, I haven't asked it to stop protecting me, so I will keep the protection as long as I can. But nothing I have experienced now, or even when I was on Ghost Hunters and living at the ex-wife's house, has ever been malicious, malintent, angry, aggressive, dangerous. I've never gotten any of that. It's, like I said, it's just, again, at the ex-wife's house, it was a lot more pronounced, but it was kid stuff. Here, it's more like something walks up. I feel a presence, and I literally will turn around and think of my girlfriend's there. Like, hey, can you get me a beer? Oh, you're not. Oh, I got to go get my own beer. Damn. Now, if I can get this thing to bring me a beer, that would be amazing.
That would be quite a trick.
Yes, but and it's just the cat, and of course animals, they have a wider spectrum of vision than we do as humans, so that's why sometimes they see things that we don't. Babies, of course, have a wider vision when they're newborns and they're still young, so they'll see stuff that we don't. But all right, so more questions have rolled in. Whoever's here, are you scared or lost?
Nikki says she now feels its presence. Interesting.
Like, is it with you where you're at, or you feel it via me here where I'm at?
Yeah, I was going to add to that. We have several folks who are sensitives in our audience in the chat room right now. I'm wondering if they're all feeling that, or if they feel different things. I'm curious as to what the sensitives in our chat room feel or sense. And Nikki says it's where you are. Okay.
I wonder if we should put the ink box on now. We've asked a bunch of questions, so we have a nice baseline, and none of the equipment has gone off. So I wish Mandy was here to turn the ink box on and hold it with me, though.
Yeah, White Noise. We do not have an app running right now. You can see what we've got running, and on the table we've got a recorder, we've got a couple cat balls and a REM pod. Britt's now going to put the ink box on the table and turn it on, and we should be able to hear it and know if we get anything from that. And I hear the REM pod ticking, and I know that when we had done our last,
but it might be because I'm right next to it.
Right. So, Gina, let's see here. This keeps scrolling on me. Stop moving. If Rick says, if again from the shrine, if he has other things entering around him, the protection could be interacting with those other entities. Interesting. Okay. Gina says she feels. Now, Gina's a psychic medium that has worked with us. She's terrific. She's going to be working with us again. We're looking forward to our next investigations with Gina. And she says, I feel. I'm going to just mute him for a second while he works this out. I feel the woman where you are, but a healer. Dark teeth because she lived at a time with little health care. Dental care is an invention of relatively recent means. And Mandy from Ghost Sisters says, I feel it's the protector. Okay. All right. And find the frequency. All right. Let's get the audio back on here. The rumbling you're hearing is Britt moving his microphone. That I'm going to mute that because that's really loud until he's done.
Can you hear that at all?
Yeah, we can hear it pretty well.
One picture.
So Britt wants you to put your hands on the table for a minute.
So which frequency? What do we want to sweep? Shortwave or what do you think?
I think you should. I think you should experiment. I don't. I mean, I think we found most of our success on shortwave, but seems to be a lot going on there right now.
All right, we're on shortwave 1.
Some people will be able to set me if you want to take my great.
What the hell is that?
Does this sound like it's saying Brit?
I was, my first impression was it was saying great.
Well, I have the sweep up as fast as it will go.
So Chad is hearing a bunch of things, including female. You don't need to put it that close to the mic. That's really loud. Well, that might make something angry.
Oh.
So can you say your name if you're there with Britt? Can you say your name through that device he's got his hands on?
Uncle?
So if that indeed just said uncle, that's interesting because one of the things that we had talked about often at the shrine was the history of the gatekeeper's family, including his uncles.
Right.
Mandy heard the names Rick and Britt through the ink box. A couple of people have heard Britt being said through the ink box. Your name.
Yeah.
Stephanie heard the great. She heard great grandmother.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's like it was stuck on great. What the hell was that futuristic voice? Okay, does anybody... I can't read the chat, JV, so you're going to have to spit the questions out. God?
Mandy said, "You better hope it's not Uncle. It's not the uncle." Stephanie also heard grandmother after the greats, and then
What was the question that we asked?
we're asked who is there? Say your name. Put your hand. Ginger wants you to put your hands back on the table and ask them to say your name.
If you're here, we have this amazing device called the ink box. It's a radio frequency scanner. Can you say my name through it?
I just heard
right
Rick.
there.
I just heard Rick.
Rick or Britt?
Did you hear Britt?
I heard Britt, but it could be Rick. I mean,
Well,
they're
you're
really
there.
close.
You're closer. You're right there. I mean, I'm hearing it through a microphone and headphones.
Okay, we have a bit of a debate in our chat as to what you just said. You either said Rick or Britt. Now, there is a Rick at the shrine, and I am Britt. I am here. Can you say my name here? My name is Britt, not Rick.
It just
I
said
heard
Britt.
Rick again.
That time I thought I
No,
heard
that was
Britt.
Rick.
That time I thought I heard Britt. Gina, I heard the
But we have this
Bible.
recorder.
I heard the Bible too. I did hear that.
Yeah. And we have this recorder running right here, so we'll be able to review it and really decide. Remember how we heard all that stuff at the shrine and we thought it said one thing, and then when we went back and reviewed it, it was something completely different?
Yep.
Okay. So we've established it's either saying Britt or Rick. What's the next question we want to know from chat?
Why
What's
are
the next
you
piece of information we need?
Why are you there? While Chad's coming up with the question, I'm going to ask, why are you there?
We're
We're-
here to prepare, is what I
I
just heard.
thought I heard we're not prepared, but you heard we're here to prepare?
Or we're not. I heard prepare. We're something prepared.
Yeah.
We're not prepared. We're getting. We're here to get prepared. Can I take my hands off the table now?
Well, we're getting a lot of take it off. I mean, we're getting responses. If the responses stop, you'll have to go back. Stephanie wants us to ask, were you a clergy member? Were you involved in religion?
I heard yes.
Are you male or are you female?
I heard a female that said, "Let me talk." Right there. Well, that's a new voice.
What was that?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. There's like several conversations going. This is what's a trip. Let me turn it down just a little bit. This is scanning so fast. Channel. I mean, it's like it's on a channel for less than a quarter second. And we're getting like conversations going on and hear multiple different voices.
Mandy says we should
That we
ask.
shouldn't be getting.
Yeah, Mandy said we should ask how long you've been at the house. How long have you been there with Britt? I heard a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, there was something in there.
Ginger wants to know if we should prepare for something good or bad. That said bad. That said bad. Did you hear it?
Yeah. But okay, so when you say prepare for something bad, are you meaning me specifically in my life, or are you talking about a bigger, greater society thing? Elvis?
I thought it was it started to sound like everybody, and then it kind of changed.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the question again. Do only me personally, Britt, need to prepare for something bad, or does everybody on the planet need to prepare for something bad?
Faster.
All right, I have the string maxed, the speed of the scan maxed out now.
Can you all, it sounds like there's more than one of you trying to communicate with us. Can you all say your name individually, please? I heard Rick again.
I just heard Wes. Dirk. I just heard Dirk and Copper.
Breaking $1.04 billion for about 5. But unfortunately, jackpot looking. Is spending insane amounts of money on something you never expect. That's when throw something.
Is there anything that would explain, JV, why the same voice, same tone voice, be on multiple frequencies?
Well,
I mean, as you're scanning the radio, that voice should go away.
okay. Can you turn it down for a sec? So there's a couple of explanations for that. I mean, I'm not sure how fast it's scanning. Let me just give you an example. If you were scanning the FM dial and there were 10 PBS radio stations within range, and they were all playing what's a PBS station or a show?
Lawrence Welk.
No, whatever. What are their show? They have a show that's, I don't know. I don't listen to PBS, but anyway, if they're all playing the same show because it's a syndicated program, and it's very possible they all play the same programming from their network. That could be on several stations at one point, so you'd hear it repeatedly as it scanned the dial. The other explanation is that some radio groups like mine, when I owned my radio stations, will play the same disc jockey on several stations. So, it's a cost saving measure. And if those stations are in different parts of the region, there's not a lot of crossover. But depending on where you are, you might get more crossover with that sweep. Those are just possible explanations. I don't know. I don't know how fast it's sweeping. I don't know what we're hearing. So I don't really have an answer. I do want to address something because I started to type it out. White Noise in our YouTube chat said that and I'll quote it, I have a hard time with the radio sweeper. I'm not sure if we're just hearing different stations. That's the problem, White Noise. That's the flaw in this, is that we could be. However, what I will say, and I've been a real skeptic of this particular device, not the Inkbox per se, but the Ghost Box, Spirit Box type devices.
And apps.
And apps. But when we use this device at a location and then we get corroborating evidence, then we start scratching our heads and saying, okay, all right, what's happening here? And that's what happened when we were at the shrine, at URA Shrine. We were getting other devices corroborating what we were hearing through the Inkbox. We were getting things repeating each other. So that made us, that made us a little bit more likely to say, okay, we've got something happening here. And ever since that URA Shrine investigation, we've actually had that happen repeatedly at other investigations, the Inkbox being corroborated by something else. And if it wasn't for that corroboration, I'd still be far more skeptical than I am now.
Yeah, you know what? Let's drop into the let's drop down our frequency into we'll do a shortwave, different shortwave frequency. See what it does. Okay, so when you hear the that's frequent. That's it skipping frequency. So that's how fast it's going. All right, we completely changed the frequency range that we are monitoring. So you might need to find the frequency, as Mandy would say. So find the frequency and see if you can communicate with us.
Not like the
All right, are you attached to the shrine dirt, the grave dirt? Are you here because of the grave dirt? I keep hearing Rick.
Money. I don't care if it's 30. That when you're sitting down with something.
Put your hands back on the table, Britt. See if that changes anything. So this odd guy in our chat said that he thought he heard, quote, the best fudge comes from Uranus.
That's actually true.
That's an inside joke. From a, what's that?
I don't know. I can hear it skipping frequencies, but that voice is staying there.
Sorry, Rob. I shouldn't be laughing, but you made me laugh. Sorry.
And what's the cash flow situation? Only 31, so it's my world. Very young, very naive. What could have enough family members to live in thousands? Get it on fire. Somebody like that, and it's it, and it has a lot of the money gets. That's the scientific.
Rob, I never know, because of your alias on Facebook, whether you want me to actually say your name. That's part of the problem. Good question, Rob. Britt, do we know if the Inkbox sweeps backward or forward, or do you have the option?
It's a new device. It's a new device to me. Nope, it only goes in one direction. Yeah, no reverse sweep. But you can hear how fast it's going. It's skipping.
Yeah.
But it's that one voice.
I don't know. I think we were having our best luck on that first setting, whatever we had it on in the beginning. Ginger wants you to hold up some fingers and ask you if they can tell you how many fingers you're holding up.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Tell us how many fingers you see Britt holding on his right hand.
I just said Brit.
Yeah, I heard that.
How many fingers am I holding up? Sounded like you said the F word. All right, focus all your energy. Focus, focus, focus. And then tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. I'm just trying to decipher if you can see me. Can you see me? Can you see how many fingers I'm holding up? I heard 8 and I heard 4. Both are wrong. Are you here because of anything else in this garage? Is there something in this garage that you're... Are you buried underneath the concrete slab? Are your bones on this property? Like, what was that? What was that voice? That girl, that
was
voice. You hear that?
That was very different.
Like, out of nowhere. I haven't heard that all night.
Yep. No, it was unique and very different.
Are you buried in the backyard at all? Are you buried in the neighbor's backyard?
Did you set that cat ball off?
Not that I know of.
Did anybody see it? Anybody in chat see that cat ball light up? Was there something that triggered it?
Did I move? I don't know, JV.
Oh, there it goes again. Did you hit the table when you lifted your hands off?
I didn't hit it, but
I mean, you were pounding that cat ball, pounding the table, and it wasn't triggering it before.
I was pounding what?
Don't bend down and look in the camera like that.
So, we got a pretty good run. We got 40 minutes on the recorder. We asked a lot of questions. Remember how we thought we knew what was being said when we were at the shrine, and then when we were listening to it in review was even more crazy?
Not only that, there were things that we didn't hear in real time.
Right.
That we went, as we played it back, we're like, whoa, how did we miss that?
Right. So I think there's a lot of that just happened. So I'm going to upload this file to the Facebook subscriber section. Mary Grace, if you can help us, that'd be amazing. We'll go through it, and if any, and we have a bunch of other subscribers. We would love to have the help of all you subscribers going through, because many ears listening to the same. We'll come to a what is it called? A consensus of what's being said. And then once we kind of work through all that, we'll put it out on the public side, or maybe we'll talk about it at one of the future streams. But, ooh, man, big yawn. Jesus. I had to work all day today.
Beth, we will share it in one form or another. We will come back and let people know if we heard anything, caught anything else on the recorder that we didn't capture in real time. Plus, we're going to look into this a little further and see, and there might be something else we do. There's some things we didn't use, some equipment we didn't get to tonight, so we may do that in a different night. If Britt notices either the activity stopping or changing or becoming more frequent, obviously that's a reason to revisit it as well.
Yeah. Also to White Noise. White Noise is asking, where will it be uploaded? So White Noise, we do a lot on YouTube, but Facebook makes life so much easier for us with uploads and subscriptions and, just the under the hood stuff. We don't get from YouTube. So if you go to our Facebook page, he just asked a question.
Yeah,
I just don't want us to forget about it.
Yep. I just want to clarify something.
If you go to our,
finish when you're done. I'll clarify. Go.
So go to the Facebook page. If you want early access to stuff, subscribe on the Facebook page. It helps us travel. All the money that we make from subscriptions and super chats and stars and all that stuff, it all goes right back into being able to travel and afford places to get into. And we don't. None of this goes. Matter of fact, it's not even close to a draw. This is a big money suck for JV and I, which is fine. We do it because we love it, but any help we can get. But basically, if you become a subscriber, you get stuff that we don't put out public, the behind the scenes stuff, us goofing around, us experimenting with different equipment. But also we will upload a lot of the audio and video that we have to review, and we ask you guys to help. So if you want early access and you want to help us, go to Facebook, become a subscriber. It's not a lot of money for one person a month, but it adds up. Or if a bunch of people do it, and then we can get into bigger and better places.
Yeah, and just to comment on the reason we don't necessarily put that type of footage on YouTube, because it's an audio file. We have to attach a video to it. Britt will tend to put a logo or some static video with it just so we can upload it on. We love our audience on YouTube as well. It's just for practical reasons. We tend to put this stuff on Facebook first.
Right. Well, the other thing is that our YouTube channel qualifies for everything that we have on Facebook. But for whatever reason, there's a tick box somewhere not checked for us to be able to do the behind the subscription wall thing.
It's called memberships on YouTube.
And we've submitted membership. Yeah, we've submitted ticket after ticket. It's not getting changed. We don't know what to do about it. So therefore, we're relegated to Facebook. So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, and if you haven't done it yet and you're so inclined, please consider subscribing to the channel or the page on Facebook. Just click the subscriber hub button. It's really easy to do, less than a cup of coffee for a monthly subscription, and it helps us a lot. It really, really does. In fact, we were talking today, we're planning our next investigation. We're both traveling further for this investigation than we have for any so far.
Oh, boy.
And traveling is not inexpensive, as you know, so your help is greatly appreciated. Ghost Sisters joining us again, at least Mandy will be, and we've got Gina, who has become a dear friend and a great investigator with us, will be there as well, and we're going to have a great weekend of investigations coming up at the end of this month. More details to follow. Your subscriptions, your super chats, your star contributions on Facebook all help us do this.
Are we at least telling them what state we're going to? Did you say that? I don't know.
I didn't say it, but I don't see why we can't.
Yeah, we're going to Florida.
Yeah. Sunshine.
So JV's
state.
going to get out of the snow.
Yes, I am.
And I'm going to leave the California sunshine for some Florida sunshine.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. And the usual suspects will be there. We'll have Alex running the board. We'll have Tyler and Riley running cameras and other stuff.
Maybe,
and James will be at home.
No, it may be
managing the
James.
chats.
It may be James with us. I'm not sure which of the two
really?
Johnson children will be joining us to man the ops center, but that's being worked out now. Thank you. Well, who was that? Is that Chris? Chris, thank you for the stars contribution on Facebook. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris and I,
we're gonna do that,
Chris and I have been tearing up Apex
boy.
Legends. Let me just tell you that. We played for
God.
several hours yesterday, and we got one victory. We got one.
Oh my God.
We did.
Yeah. I started playing a video game at the beginning of the holidays, and I had to delete it because it was in 2 weeks. I played 42 hours, and I was like, I can't do this. I got too much to do. I don't have time to sit here and just play video. I can't, so I had to delete it as much as I loved it. But it was like an 8-bit, horrible graphic, easy game that I don't die at. So it made me fun. It made me have fun.
It made me fun.
Die.
It made me fun.
It made me fun.
It's
fun.
Stephanie.
Aisle 12, Kmart.
It's Stephanie. It is not the St. Augustine Lighthouse. That would have been a great investigation. This is actually, we prefer, I mean, we love those places. Don't get me wrong. We love those places. But oh my God. You know what? You should at least mute your mic when you do that, because you hiding to yawn behind the mic.
Hear that?
Yeah. I was
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know my mic was that sensitive.
Well, when you move your mouth right on it, it's going to be that way. Anyway, we love those places. They're tried and true. They're great locations. A lot of people have had a lot of experiences with them, and a lot of activity has been captured. We like exploring some of the newer places that aren't so well visited. And so far, Mandy from Ghost Sisters has been a real champion for us of finding these locations that we can go to that are, some of them are trafficked, like the ones we just did in Indiana. A lot of people visiting those places, but they're still kind of a little bit under the radar. And we were really happy to be at the Blackford County Jail and the Randolph County Asylum. They were both phenomenal. We're hoping to revisit there. But anyway, so in Florida, we're going to go to a couple locations that are a little less well-known, have great reports of activity, and we're really excited about it. We're also excited to be, at least I am, out of the Northeast for a few days. That'll be nice.
I think Mandy just called me Chastity.
Called you Chastity?
Yeah.
He's just like Chastity. You're absolutely right, Mandy, and I've been preaching to him. Like, can't you just control the yawn reflex for an hour? Please, just for an hour? And he can't do it. He has no control over it.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, it works for me, because there are times I want to yawn, and I just don't do it.
You get up at 11.
That's not true. That is not true.
Oh, that's right.
I sleep 3 hours a night. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed or what time I get up. I sleep 3 hours. Don't give me that look.
Really?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's more than 3. Sometimes it's 6. But I don't sleep 8 hours ever.
If you're lucky.
Ever.
Oh, how funny. All right. Well, and the other new thing we're going to start doing is, do we want to say it, or do we just want to do it? Nah, I think we'll say it, because maybe people can help. No?
I don't know what you're going to say, but I don't think we should say it. Can you?
Yeah.
I don't think you should say it.
I don't know what you're going to say, but you shouldn't say it.
If it's about something we're going to do soon as a live stream. Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it yet. Let's just tease it, but don't say it.
Well, one of us will be on locations.
There we go. And ding! Thank you, Chris, for more stars.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nikki's pointing out that the cat ball is flashing again, and you're nowhere near that table.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. What is that all about?
That is really interesting, isn't it? And don't forget,
And the recorder's still going over there, so
yeah, and don't forget to turn your ink box off because you don't want to drain those batteries, and it's still on. Just so you know.
yes.
So.
Yes. Anyway, so we got some new stuff that we're going to try and do. We're going to try and do more of this. I think I want to do some more of this. Look, I had this thought process, and JV shot me out of the water. But I'm gonna bring it to the floor of our.
This is not a
diehards that are
democracy.
here watching
This
us
is
still.
not a vote audience poll, and then we do. So be careful what path you go down.
Well, if it's a dictatorship, I should just do what I want.
Well, it's not necessarily a dictatorship, but it's a well, what would you call it? It's a bicameral decision-making process. You're one house, I'm the other. It's not
Bicameral.
Is
this like Game of Thrones shit?
It's not a democracy. And no, you will not just do what you want. Don't even suggest that.
You're the one that said it was a dictatorship.
Yeah, but there's no way you're the dictator. I'm telling you right now. There'll be a revolt.
Oh, I can be a dictator. Watch me. There'll be a revolt. Yeah, the world is lucky I'm not fucking king for a week because there'd be a lot of dead people with wood chippers, starting with the pedos.
God.
But no, I like what we just did. So how do we get haunted objects instead of going to the haunted places?
Okay, no.
When we're not able to do that, we bring the haunted objects to the.
Yes.
You don't want to do that?
No, I do.
What, are you afraid of it?
No, I do want to do that, and we are going to do that. Absolutely.
Right. So why can't the people help us find stuff? Point it out to us. Send us a DM. Post it on the. Hey, saw this. It's haunted and it's for sale.
Okay.
I mean, if we can't afford it, we can't afford it. But if it's something cheap, we can grab it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or what if they have a haunted something? They could send it to us.
Okay.
Like a haunted
I
bra.
think. Yeah. Let's figure out how we want to proceed with this, and then let's talk about it. Instead of the other way around.
We are right now.
No, we have not figured out how we want to proceed with it. That's the problem.
Well, we have people that can brainstorm with us and point things out to us. Like a haunted bra.
It's a haunted bra. Has anybody ever heard of a haunted bra? I really am curious right now. Is that something you've actually seen? A haunted bra?
Let me look it up for you on the Googles. Because I'm guaranteeing you there's a haunted bra.
Oh, my God.
And I'm hoping it's Marilyn Monroe's.
Marilyn Monroe's haunted
Images
bra.
of haunt. That would be awesome. Ghost bra on Etsy. Haunted bra top. Vampire freaks.
Beth says, hell no. Haunted bra? Hell no. Yeah.
The most haunted items ever sold on eBay.
Doug Decker says, my ex-girlfriend's bra used to scare the hell out of me. So,
so on eBay, number 9
What's a bra?
is the most haunted.
Mandy, what's a bra?
Bra.
No, I know, but Mandy said haunted dresses, bras, and shoes. I'm not sure if she meant shaws or she meant bras. And
I think she meant
corrected
bra.
to bras.
So number 9 is a haunted bra, and it says it's one of the least frightening, but maybe one of the least sanitary items posted on eBay. A single-used bra, white and kind of ratty, and designed for a woman with a 32A bust. Is that big or small? I have no idea how that works.
I'm not going to comment. We can talk later. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. Well, I can just look at the bra too. It looks like it's more than a handful. But it's also packed with some major spirit power.
Are you
or
telling?
so
Hold on.
claims
Are you
Tanya
telling
Rose,
me
the
that you
woman
don't know?
selling it?
Are you telling me that you don't know the differences, at least in perspective, of cup sizes? A versus B versus C versus D.
I've never worn a bra. That I
Are you
admit.
that naive? Are you that uninformed? Come on now. I don't
No,
believe it.
I've never.
I haven't worn a bra ever, but I know the relative cup sizes, A, B, C, D, whatever. I mean, you don't know this?
So you're saying, but what is the? I thought the number had something to do with the
The
size.
number is the circumference of the chest, around like I have a 44-inch chest. Like when I buy a jacket, it's 44. So
and what size bra?
I don't wear a
Cup.
bra, but it would be a 44, I'm assuming. If I
A 44B?
Well, probably right now, that's probably pretty close. You're right. You're right, Rob. I have to have the talk. I'm going to have the talk with Britt. Birds and the bees, the whole thing. We're going to have the conversation. Oh, man. I don't know what you just did to our audience. Is like, actually, Astubal just gifted a cookie on Foxhole Pilled. So maybe they like
Thanks,
this.
Astubal.
Big Hair just super chatted. Big Hair, we've missed you, buddy. Wow, thank you. I guess haunted bra gets people worked up a little bit.
Or my stupidity when it comes to bra sizing, but you seem to know it quite well.
Listen, if you ask 100 guys,
But this isn't a...
if we asked 100 guys and you were one of the 100, you'd be the only one that doesn't understand A, B, C, D bra sizes.
All right. I just never worn one, so...
None of the 100 guys will have worn one, at least that I know of.
Now, Spanx, I got that down.
So Nikki says that the cat ball is continually going off. It's not going off right now. I'll put it up. Put it up there. But it has been. Stephanie says if it's a haunted bra, it clasps in the front. Trust me.
No, this one does not clasp in the front.
Oh boy, gym locker room talk. Britt was never in a gym locker room. I think you might be right, given his Joe DiMaggio comment. I think he may not have ever been in a locker room.
There's a lot of truth to that, actually.
Ay, ay, ay.
Words are my second language, and you know that.
The bra is. Oh, did you? I got to clip this comment out and show it on the screen. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, what is?
I'm going to clip it out and show you. Oh, this is funny. Nice, Rob. Hang on. Takes a second to do all this stuff. I have no producer. I've got to do it all myself. It's dark ages here. Dark ages. It's the dark ages, I tell you. All right, so here's
It's the dark
Did you
ages.
see it? Here's Rob's comment.
The bra's haunted by any titty.
No, it's not. No,
That's pretty-
Britt, it's entity. Entity.
It says any titty to me.
No, it does not say any titty. N-titty. It's not a joke if it's any
okay.
titty. The joke is a ghost is an entity. Oh, my God.
I like any titty better.
Oh, my God. You people starting to feel my pain?
What?
You starting to understand?
Oh, shut up.
Are you starting
I'm
to
the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Well, you have given me a lot of comic relief. What is this now? Hang on.
That is the bra. I had to get a picture of it.
That's the haunted bra?
That's the haunted bra, and it says because according to the why would anybody want her used garments? Because according to the seller, she never quite left. Her spirit is still hanging around in her bra, and anyone who wears it will inherit her success in the romantic world.
She obviously had another issue going on. There's a bit of a lopsidedness happening in there that woman had. I don't know how to say it and be delicate about it, but they're not even.
Oh yeah, really? Well, or is that the thumbprint of a ghost squeezing it?
Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. Oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe I got you to talk about this.
No,
That's
I can't.
The crazy.
I
That's
can't,
the hilarious part.
I can't. You believe you did either? Honestly. Okay, can you take that off the screen, please?
No, I want you to live with it. I'm gonna buy this and mail it to you.
Oh boy. Who needs that bra
Yeah,
when
so
I
that
have
was-
my own bra that haunts me every day? All right, fair enough, Nikki. Fair enough. Wow.
And then number 8 was tapping shoes. Number 7 was the thirsty donkey. Oh, that's a DGINN mask.
A gin. It's a gin.
So a gin mask was sold. A Ziploc baggie with a ghost caught in it.
Beth, I'm sure. I think you. I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to say books, and your phone or whatever you're using auto corrected you to books. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, there you go. There's your haunted bra. So yes, the answer to your question is there such thing as a haunted bra? Yes, there is. It was number 9 on the eBay most haunted list.
Oh man. All right. Well, there we go. All right. With that, I think we're done. We've almost gone 2 hours again. We said let's do 45 minutes. Let's do a quick one
Jesus
tonight.
Christ.
We're almost 2 hours into this. So
And the recorder is still going.
Mary Grace, have fun with that. All that review.
Hopefully someone will help.
Yeah, I'm sure people will. By the way, Big Hair says word on the streets of L.A. is Britt has a succubus mistress. Interesting, Britt. Is there something that is there a succubus in your life?
I wish.
Oh man.
What, it's succubus and incubus? Incubus, succubus?
Yeah. Yes.
And what is the incubus? That's the male version?
No, it's not. I actually have to look it up because I always get them confused. An incubus is it is. It's a demon in male form in folklore that seeks to have sexual intercourse with sleeping women. Okay.
And then a succubus is the woman
Is
form?
the female, yeah.
But the demon can take either form, so it's really the same demon doing whatever the hell it
Succubus
wants.
is a demon or supernatural entity in folklore in female form that appears in dreams to seduce men. So, yeah. And you're right. They can appear in either form, so it's whatever form they take. Yikes.
All right.
Haunted who said that? Who wants to have the Beth says haunted jock straps next stream. We'll talk about them.
Let me look.
No, don't. We're not doing it now. Not doing it now. Not doing it now. All right, listen, everybody. Thanks.
You better take us out of here.
I'm going to. Thanks for being here. Had a great time. Love you all. Thanks for your support.